All right, good morning, good morning. This is my day off, but here I am. All right, and Dex should be getting off any second. Well, welcome everybody. I put up the contracts for today. Just watching the SPY right now. So it seems like it's going up a little bit here after coming down from Friday. Activate this up a little bit on the resistance here, 443. Let's say 444 for right now is our resistance. So we got 444 resistance. That's my favorite number. Right above the VWAP. It's really about 443.90. But if it hits, it'll hit there. And let's put this one here, right below the VWAP. We're going to put this one, let's say right there. About 443.25. Let's see what I come up with here. 443.25. Should put us right below the VWAP. The VWAP should act as support. So how is everybody this morning? Also, anybody who's watching NVIDIA, you can see NVIDIA looks very similar in chart to the actual SPY, so they might be working in cahoots together here. We're going to say also 439 for 40. About 440 will be a top resistance. We're about 438 now. That would really be the actual area that I would see that traders will try to push this up to. But let's see what happens here. Here, I think we're going to be a little bit above the VWAP. Let me just check this real quick. And we got 432. Oh, yeah, we're definitely above the VWAP here. Okay, 433, 34, 35, about 430 right there. 436.25. See how that looks. Perfect. That puts us in one between a support and resistance area right there. As you can see this, I'll make it a little larger so you'll be able to see that. And on the other side here, you can see there was a lot of resistance coming back up. This is the 13-day extension, exponential, I mean. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Seems like we are a little bit lower than that. 75, 339. What do I got? Yeah, let's go. Let's try 39. It just looks like it's a little higher. That's better. 339 resistance on NVIDIA. For anybody who might be watching NVIDIA. Okay, and now we have Tesla, which has been in the channel since got in here at about 9:49. At 10 o'clock, it didn't have that 10 o'clock rush, and I don't think anything really did, except maybe ARM, which I was watching earlier. I'm going to flash back to that in a minute. Here you can see our VWAP is our resistance point. I'm going to bring this down a little bit in activation. Let's see. I want to leave it above, and let's see what I come up with. Let's say 267. I'm going to go 25. It's probably going to put me right on it. Let me just see. Yeah, that's perfect. So 420, what did I say? I'm sorry, 267.25. 25 will be about we get about $1.25 difference. 266 here. Perfect. Okay, and there's your Tesla. I'll widen that up and bring that over. I want to take a quick look at ARM. I know that Dex said that ARM was now. Here was the original support this morning from last week. I left it in there, and you can see we hit a low of 55.70. I had it at 55.55. I was about 15 cents away from my target of my original support, which I said was from last week. Okay, which was about Friday. I left it there. I'm going to leave it there so we at least know what it was. Right now you can see ARM. I don't know why they jumped after ARM today. It was a little bouncy. I don't know that it was so great, but obviously it was being pushed and possibly even being pushed through TradeCaster. And don't think that we don't have enough people here to do that. We do, but that's not what Deck does. He's not like a Reddick where he says, today we're going to go push this stock a little further. He says, I'm going to jump in the stock and I think it's going to go blah, 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 blah. And a bunch of people follow him into the trade, and that's how it gets moved. There is enough people in here to move a stock like that. Now, as far as, let's take a quick look. Let's go into all products, and let's change this to ARM. He said there's now options for ARM. All right, now, I see that there is. Let's see what they are. They're not that expensive, but here's the problem I want you to see. I'm going to change out something in here, if I can find it. Here it is. And I'm going to go into volume open interest, okay? Whenever you're not sure of a new stock that you're going to trade that pretty much has not been traded before as an option, okay, um, then you want to take a look at this part right here called volume open interest. And you can see here the open interest here is 0, okay? There is some volume, but the open interest is so low that even if you buy this and you make money on it, you may not be able to sell the calls. Now, on the put side, here's your open interest again. It's still 0. So there are people trading it, and you might get out, but sometimes you might not, and you got to be very careful. And especially if you go further out, okay, there's no interest in these right now. Not to say in the future there might not be, but it's not a big cap stock which has got kind of interest. It does have a lot of options being traded, not a whole lot. If you look at this, you got 8,000 and 16,000. Let's go take a look at something like NVIDIA, NVDA, all right? Let's go into, we're still in the open interest, which we don't really care about at the moment. Let's go down to the bottom. See this 300,000. So you got 300,000 trade versus 8,000. All right, a big difference. All right, now when I do trade, I'm going to go and I'll look at one more. I'm going to look at SPX because I do trade a lot of SPX when I trade. And you see the open it, it's great. Look at the open interest there. Volume, open interest. That means if you buy, there's somebody there who's going to buy it when you sell it. And that's the important part. A very good lesson to know. Just because a stock has options doesn't mean you want to trade those options. You're taking a risk. If you're only trading 1 or 2 shares, 1 or 2 1 or 2 contracts, 100, 200 shares, then you might be okay, but I'd be very wary to do that, okay? Back to SPX, you can see when you trade SPX, look at this, 350,000, 450. You'll never have to worry about getting in and out of your contracts. And the same price, maybe it was 760. You want to go a little further out of the money? Let's go back to what I always like to leave it on is the delta gamma. But what I need is the delta. I don't like to be anywhere under 30. But even at 30, you're at the same $3 it would have cost you for an ARM stock. All right? But I'd rather be in the 40 range, just out of the money. If you're always just out of the money, anytime you're in purple, you're in the money. Anytime you're in black, you're just out of the money. And sometimes you'll see a different color. It looks like a blue. That means it's at the money. Okay? It looks something like this color on top here. So all I'm telling you is if you always stick just out of the money, you'll have a good delta. And if you're going and you're not sure and you're buying in the right place, but it could go the other way, then I would be careful. And what I would do is put, depending on the price of the shares, I would put like at $3, I may go 5 to 7%. Okay. The reason is I don't want to lose more than $125. So if I got 500 shares at 5%, that's $125. That 5% of the cost of the contract at 4 is 20 cents. So that means this can go 20 cents before I got to get out. So I got to be careful. All right. And this is how we figure out. Now, if I bought a stock that is $1, I could go 20 cents because 20 cents, okay, I can go 20%, right? Because 20% now of $1 is only is actually more of a move on the stock I'm allowed to go. All right. Before I have to worry about, but on a lower price stock, the chances of it going 20 cents on $1.50 stock is a lot less than going into a stock that's $5 a share. It can easily go. So if you go a lesser percentage, because that's what you don't want to lose, you might be taken out faster. So if you have a small account, that you're going to have to worry about that. And that's pretty much my little lesson today on being careful about trading options on stocks, okay, that have very, very low interest, all right, in the options themselves. That's weird. Why am I not in here? That's so strange. I'm looking for me, and I don't see me in here. You guys see me, right? Can somebody say you can hear me or see me right now? Because I'm looking on the other side, and I'm not showing up. This is very strange. Very strange. Let me get out of here. Let me log out and then log back in. That's really weird. I can't see myself. Huh. I know I'm in here. Anybody, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me right now? Test, test. Looks like I'm working. There I am. It showed up. That was really weird. I like to watch my room on the other side just in case somebody asks a question. So, anybody have any questions at all about, what I just went over with you? Or any other questions about anything in general? Now's a good time to ask. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I was watching a little. I always put Heartland on the background. If not, I put in MSNBC or some sort of stock-related news. Okay, where's my phone? Put that in there. All right. So you all understand that part on the open interest on a stock? Because I heard Deck say this morning that there was actually options available on ARM. But just because they're available doesn't mean you want to trade them. Does that make sense? Oh, shoot. I just got signed out. That is so weird. Give me 1 second. Something just happened here. It shouldn't have happened. Let's see if I got that still in there. ARM. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. No questions at all. Okay, then we'll move on. Let's go back to the chart with, we'll take the ARM off, which is coming down a little bit. But you can see right here, we're still in this channel, okay? We're in a channel for the SPY, NVIDIA, which seems to be coming down. If we're at the bottom of the channel, then it might be a good time to think about, let's bring it down to 50. All right, for 436.50. It's a little bit lower than we were at. Looks like that's where we hit on the bottom. So that's a good place. If you think it's going to go back up, then right here you want to be, if it's a call, you want to be on a 437.50 call. If you're on a put, you want to be on a 435 put. I think that's what I might have put there. Let's see, 437.50 and 435. I just have to look at the price and I can figure out what the contract is. Okay, I've taught you all. You can all write your own contracts if you want. You know, you go into any area like this, and I'll just do it for an instant, and I'll go here. Like I'll go, all right, dot. Let's see. I go dot NVDA. I'm gonna go. Let's see. 23 is the year. 09 is the month, and today that would be for contract on Friday. Would be 22nd. Okay. Let's say we're doing a call. And the price would be 437.50 in the contract. There it is, 437.50. I could just click it. The reason you can't see it is because you got to be in the 437 area, which is about right there. Let's bring this over. All right, if you can't see it, just do this, hit auto, and it'll come in. And then I want to get rid of. So I just wrote my own contract just by looking at the price of the stock. The only thing I don't want in here is it gets the theatrical or the option interest. All right, and I will go in here, go to edit studies, and I can just take out that, or go into it, watch. I go into it and just take off the plot for it. And that will make it, and the same thing for the option interest. Take off the plot, say okay, apply it, and they're gone. Now all I have is my actual contract that I'm looking at. Now, let's say I just wrote this contract to look at the call. But let's say I decided now I want to do a put. So all I do is go in here. I change that C to a P. And now I know that it's a 435 contract. So because it was the price before was 4 something. But anyway, here it is, the 435 put. Now I just went from a call to a put. That's not the option interest. That's actually an upper VWAP block. All right, so there's my put. So if I was buying, I'd be buying at this price here. Now, if I go and I look at the actual products, let's see, for 435, watch this. And I go into NVIDIA. Let's see if I got it in here. I do. Okay. 20-second contract, put, there it is, 435. If I want to go to 432, but just more amount of the money, I'd be in the 39 or a 40 on a delta. I could do that. I could go even a little further out to 35, all right? Or I could go the other way if I want to do a call. But just showing you how easy it is to write a contract without even looking at the product, all right? I always leave it on SPX because that's where I want to be, 44.50 and 55, which is what I put anyway. So you see, I can look at anything. Now, to go back, to get rid of this, I don't want this in here. I'll just go back and I'll put, I'm not going to save it, but I'll go in here and just put this, and now I've got the stock back. A lot of times if it doesn't show up, I just do that. So there you go. You just learned how to write your own contract. You can do that for any stock. I can do that for Tesla. Tesla would be .TSLA 2309 for the month. It's also on 22nd, which is a Friday contract. C or P, depending if I want to do a call or a put. And then I would put the price, which here would either be 267.50 on a call or 265 on a put. Does this make sense? How easy it is to write any contract? Does anybody want to see it one more time so they understand? So I don't have to go back and look at my thing. I can just go to here to Tesla and I can do this. Dot TSLA. You don't even have to put a cap locks on it. Puts it on itself. 230922. Let's say I was going to do a put right now, and I would be a 265 put, and that would be 265, and they should pop up below. Let's see. Why didn't it? It didn't pop up. 265. Let's see. Simple not working. Why did I do? All right, what did I do? Hold on. Must have done something. I must have put a, let's try dot. I think I put, all right, delete. Let's put a dot. I may not have put the right dot. I may have put, there it is. I put an exclamation mark. You know what I mean? The other mark instead of a, and then again, you see how it brings up the thing I don't want? When it brings up this purple line here, I can even go on the purple line. I just click on it, and I just do no plot. All I did was double click on it, and it brought it up. That's another one, okay? So there's my, all right? So I'm in a put. Oh, I think it's going to go back up, right? I think it's going to go back up. So if I think it's going to go back up, all I do is go into a call, right? Take off the P, put in the C, and there is my contract for 265, which would be in the money. To be out of the money, I need to be at 267.50. If I want to change it, I just come here, put a 7 and a 5. The contract should pop up. There it is. And bingo, I'm in. And I got a call now at 267.50. What did I want? I want to change it to, call from a put. That's right. That's exactly what I did. So that's how I can write my contract for any stock. Dot plus the name of the stock, the symbol, the month, the year, the date, the year, the month, and the date, okay? And then C or P, and that's it, and that's it. And all I got to do now to go back, because I'm color-coded if I really want to be in there. I got to bring this back down. Got all that bullshit in there that I don't want. Put Tesla back in there, and there we go. And now I got the stock instead of the actual contract. All right? But that's so simple for you to write a contract without having to go into products and changing symbols. All you need to do is to go in there and change it out. Does everybody understand what I just did? Is there any questions on how to set this up? Any comments, concerns, anything? Come on, somebody here is thinking they got a question and they want to answer it. They want it answered, but they're too afraid to say something because they're afraid they're going to look silly. Don't worry about it. Just ask the question. Questions are a really good thing because they give answers, and then you don't have to think about it any longer. And you know what? Questions also help somebody else who's thinking the same thing but doesn't have the balls to ask the same question because they don't want to feel stupid. The only stupid question is the one you don't ask. So ask me anything. If I don't know the answer, I'll put it on to somebody else here. There's always somebody else in here who's got an answer, right? Come on. Amboka, Espasta, Mickey, Keith. Come on, there's a lot of people here. Float Jack. I want to welcome all. If you're new here, just want to welcome you. Let me just put the link in for the YouTube. I know some of you already found it. You have this way of finding things. Okay, that puts me in the page now. Let's see. No thanks. All right, so 14 people are watching. Welcome to those in YouTube that may not be a member of Tradecaster. And why you're not a member of Tradecaster, I got no clue. Because, you know what? I joined up January 2nd, 2019, and I became a moderator within a year. And, you know, and then I started getting paid to be a moderator. So you never know. I mean, you come in here, you learn something, and the next thing you know, DAC rewards you for doing things you never thought was possible. All right, we can see here a little pullback on NVIDIA. So obviously, the put would have been the way to go. Now, it's amazing. You can see NVIDIA came down to about, let's say, 435.35 as a new support. But at the same time, you can see the SPY went up. So NVIDIA is not carrying. Let's take a quick look. I'm going to pull up FinViz for a second. I want to see how the day is going. All right, I'm going to pull that in here, and then I will redo it. Hold on, I'm going to calibrate it real quick. Redo it. Okay, so you can see we're a positive day. We got $28 on the Dow, almost $26. $29. We got 960, almost 10 on Nasdaq, 570, almost 6 on the S&P, and the Russell, which is the rest of the Nasdaq, the top 2,000, is red, and you can see why. Because now, if we look at this here, I'm going to open it up a little bigger, and you'll see your favorite stocks in here and what's happening with them today. This is your S&P 500 right here. That's your top 500, and you can see Microsoft, Google, and Apple are up today. Okay, but you know, if I take it out of this, I won't have that things. Every time you go in there, it tells you about what the stock and what's doing with it. Okay, so we can see today Tesla is in the deep red. It's in dark, it's in very, very bright red. Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA. Apple and Google and Meta are up today. So you have a half and half. Not surprised. Okay, but there's a lot of pullbacks. If you want to look at your top stocks today, top gainers, we have AVGR, MIRA, SQL, and let's say TTOO, and STX. Now, what I usually do is I'll bring up my watch list, and here, so I'll go and I'll put AVGR, enter. The next one, I'll put in MIRA, and then I'll put SQL, and if they're no good, I'll get rid of them. SQL, did I put that in? Can't see. SQL, I thought I missed it. Good thing I didn't hit. TTOO. Okay, TTOO. Let's just put your top 4, and let me see this one here. STX, how does it look? STX is good. AM, I like the STIX. Let's just put that one in. Okay, STIX. Okay, cool. Now, from last week, let's look at ARM. It's all the ways below. All right, I want to make sure that my percentage is from high to low. I could also say, what is my highest volume stock, which is TTOO. So it might be a stock worth watching. AVGR also. Look at this on the RSI. Now, this RSI, if you set it up in your watch list, is at the daily. So you don't have to look at it. If you put a chart on your charts with an RSI, it is incorrect unless it's on the daily. Then you'd have to go to at least 180, 200 day before you could see the real RSI. So I learned this a long time ago. So instead of putting an extra chart, which slows you down, you put it in your watch list and it won't slow you down. So right here, I went from highest volume. All right. See, I look at this one here. It's not doing anything. Just get rid of it. It's got the lowest volume. This one here, it's not doing anything. Except on this one, I can't short it, but you see, 85%. You may want to keep an eye on this and go see if you have another account, let's say with TradeZero or Lightspeed. You might want to short this, okay? That's another thing. You can take stocks and just put high RSI. We got 90%, 85, 75. These are stocks that are all overbought. This one here is shortable, CRNX still. But that one's been harboring right about in that area. Eventually, I think it will come down. All right, so there's another thing you can look at when things are slow. Look at things that have RSI, and then you can see easy to borrow. You can change all that. Just take this little star here and you can customize. And what I would do is you go in here and type in RSI. You type in RSI, double click, it'll put it in here, and do the same thing for HTB. HTB means hard to borrow or easy to borrow. You put that in here. I'm not going to do it again. I'm just showing you. So this is my setup. You can go back in the film. That's all you really need, okay? And you can put those in there. And when you do that, now in your watch list, where is that? Watch list. Okay, you'll see I got all that. Now, usually when it's during regular, I put it from high to low. So I'd be watching right now MIRA, trying to make sure they're completely open. MIRA, AVGR. And then what I can do is, let's lower this. I can go here, and if I want, let's go to the big one, all right? So let's go big chart. It's already in red. I'm going to take my watch list. It's already in red, and I can do this now and there. Look at mirror. Right now, look at the stock go. So right now we see there's a hot stock, all right? You can't short it in Thinkorswim, but it's something to look at, okay? When it pulls back, wait for a pullback, don't chase it. Now, you may want to go into the other side. I'm going to just put it in there for a second so I can click on it. MIRA, let's do all of them. AVGR, what's the other one? SQL. These are the top ones right now. TTOO and STIX. Those are your top gainers right now. Let me see if I'm doing this right. Top gainers. Now. Okay, now you're able to click. So I'm going to click on MIRA, the first one, and I'm going to look at it, and it says, first thing I'm going to do is go to statistics. And it tells me that it's got a float of only 8 million. That's great. It's got a low float, less than 10 million. Now I'm going to go back to the summary. I can see that usually it only has 30,000, okay? It only has 30,000 shares traded. It's at 296,000 right now. I would be careful. It's probably manipulated, but there was news. It shows that it's prescription pill more palatable and potent than pot. Oh, that's really good. So now you can see when you look at MIRA, we're going to copy this, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to put in, watch this, okay? And this is, by doing stuff like this, okay, 8 million float, news. This is how I became a moderator, by doing this every morning and putting out the best stocks before anybody else did. I stopped doing it because there's so many people trying to do it now. I'm already a moderator for life. I've got a lifetime membership, that told me, so I'm good. All right, so I let other people do it now, and I do other things. That's why I started teaching options. Next, I'll probably be teaching futures and options and day trading together. And answering any questions. Oh, by the way, today's my day off. I'm only on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you got me for a short time today, but I was feeling really good. My back wasn't hurting. No, I know why. It's still on there. I put a patch on my back last night, and it's working. Wow, a lidocaine patch. So I was feeling good this morning, and I figured, you know what? Let me share with you guys something new and something different. All right, so here's your active trader. You can buy from here. Here's your time at sale. Shows everything that's going on. This is the setup that I like for trading stocks. I'll go in this week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to show you another setup for trading options, okay? Something I don't really use because I use my 6-in-1, all right? But right now I could buy here. These are limit orders, or I could do a market order. And it's always quantity 500 for me. That's my default setup in my setup, which is not on here. You can't see it here. But on yours, you'll see there's a setup on top. My top one has it. All right, so this is really good information. I always like to show the news, all right? Because if new news comes out, I need to know. Like it is, 11:30, which is just now. It says it just halted. So now we got a halt because the stock is on a halt. So if I want to go to the halts, okay, here's my, let's see, where am I? Did I put this in the right place? Okay, here is the halt website. If you go there right now, you'll see, that's the wrong way. That's not the right one. Wait a second. Why didn't that open up right? Give me one more second. Copy. Let's try it one more time. There it is. This is the halt website. So you can go there right now, and you can actually go see all the stocks that are halted, and right now at 11:30:24. So when this thing on halts, let's see if this is the halts right now. It says that it's the first time it halted. Then I'm willing to assume on a first halt it's going to open up at right now, any second. 5 and 8 is 13. It's a 10-minute halt. If it hasn't opened, it's hold on. It's a 10-minute halt right here, 11:28. Yep, it halted. It did not open up yet. Figure 10 minutes to start. So, you have to keep an eye. I have a feeling this is going to jump up to about $6. On a first halt, you can always get in. Second halt, but a third halt, don't ever go chase a third halt. It's always going to come back down. So let's wait and see what happens. Right now, it is still halted. And CCG also halted. And that's not the first time today. CCG, let's go take a quick look at that one also. Let me see here. Okay. I put some stocks up there. Let me see. ABGR. I'll look at that after. That one's up about $2.76 also. Hold on. As long as I'm in there. AVGR has a 674,000 float. So AVGR is definitely a stock to watch. Let's put one more up there. And I said, I'll put SQL for right this second. That one's up $5.99. Here's another one. These stocks are really, really up today. They're definitely worth watching. Also, 198,000 float. You got under a million float. That's amazing. Those are stocks that are going to move. I want to do one more. I'm keeping these stocks to look at them because they're really, TTOO is up 8 cents. That one I don't need. So TTOO, let's look at CCG. CCG, which is halted, is telling me right now it's up $13. The stock the float's not saying. It might be, if it's no float, it could be an IPO, and it is. It's a brand new IPO. CCG just opened up, and it actually halted right on it. How did I get all that information so quick, right? So if I pull up, let's say I'm going to just show you something. I'll show you how I did this so quick. Oh, come on. Come on, open up. Don't give me that crap. Come on. Why isn't it giving me the damn stock? Let's get out of that one. Try this one. Tesla. It's not giving me the stock search that I want. Let's copy. And let's go in here. Because I have to do it. The other one, I want to show you what I'm doing. And let's go to CCG. It's bringing up a whole different setup than my other computer. I don't know why. CCG. Okay. I'm going to bring it over anyway. Take a quick look. And if you go here to statistics, right there, what it'll do is it'll bring up and I can see there is no information. When it tells me there's no information, all right, I go back to the summary. Then what I can do is I go to history. Where's history? Watch this. Next thing I go and I don't see the information is go to history. It's not in here. I can't even find it. But it was on my other one. And when I did that, when I went to history, it showed me that today was the only day. So I don't know why the setup's coming up like this. I need the setup more like this. Let me see something. Copy. Let's put this in here. Let's see if it'll work this way. Let me try it this way. Nope. This computer's giving me a different setup. I don't know why. It's got some sort of an update that I don't really care about. Screener. But my other one shows history and it showed me. I can't show you what I'm seeing on the other side because it's in a different computer. I can't move it over. But when this opens up, it's going to go up. Okay? It's only the first halt. They usually go up after the first halt. Let's see if I'm right. This is exciting. Real quick look back before. Let's see. 20. What did I say was the time? Let's see. MIRA. 11:28. 10 minutes would be 38. Should open right now at 56 seconds. 11:28 and 56 seconds. If it doesn't open up now, it's a 15-minute. That means a lot's going on with this stock. Let me see what time I got. All right, 38. Oh, that's the wrong time. This has got a wrong time in here. Let me. Wow. Let's see. Adjust time. I don't want adjust. I want to sync it. This computer. Wow. There should be a place to sync the time. Show the desktop. That's weird. It opened. Look at it. I was right, wasn't I? It opened and it jumped from 547 up to 625 and pulled back immediately. So exactly what I said would happen, and it ran a little bit later than expected, or it was correct and my thing is wrong. Let's see, adjust time, and then I want to sync it now. My sync is off. I don't know why. If I want to adjust the time and sync it now. This one's right now. Okay, finally. This one had the wrong time. I pulled the battery before. I got hit with something. They said, don't change your computer, call this number. Don't try to do anything. The computer is locked. I hit the off button, pulled all the attachments, turned it over, pulled the battery out, and I restarted it, and it was gone. Be careful of that crap, boy. But I was exactly correct. After there, I told you it would jack up to at least $6. It went to $6.25. So Act the Trader was right on the spot on that one. You got to watch those things. Let's see the other one is CCG. CCG also is a one-time. It already opened. Let's see what it did, just for curiosity. CCG. I was too busy watching this one. CCG. I don't like this one as much anyway, but this one also went from there. It stopped and it went up to 28.92 and came all the way back down. So that was scary. This too big. You can get killed on this. This looks like another IPO, but I like this one better. I like the mirror. MIRA. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Now this one pulled back. When it pulled back to about 586, it might be a good buy around 580. Let's see. And that's going back up again. Let's see it jump, because next time it's going to pull back a little. I'd like to see how many shares now has been traded. Let's see, CCG and SQL, ABG. There's Mirror. This doesn't belong here. This does not, well, that doesn't make any sense. ARM, Avager, SQL. I didn't put it up here. Oh, duty. Wait. This must be it. It is. I got it. Okay. MIRA. So MIRA, like I told you, has no. I wish I could show it to you. It's still holding about 587. This could jump very, very quickly. Is anybody watching this? And just to go back real quick, let's just take a quick look at all three. You can see the SPY came back up again to a new about 444.50. That's about 50 cents. So we want to edit this, and let's put 55. All right. Say okay. That puts us a little above, and now that'll put us here at 4. What do we got? 444.55. Let's put this to about 50. It should put us above the view up or right at it, right above it. Okay, that takes care of that one. This one here is still in the middle of the channel, and Tesla did go back up, and Tesla went up also to about right there, 50. Let's see. It says 60. I'm going to leave it at 60. All right, say okay. And that's going to bring this up right below the VWAP, right about there. 266.85. Let's see what we got. Perfect. I want to keep it and make the VWAP right now. All right, let's go back to the other one, Tamira. Let's see what's happening. Are we in a halt again? Let me see real quick. And no, we're not. I don't think so. No, it's not halted. What's this? That's my mail. What's that? Anybody have any questions on what we just went over? FinViz. Okay, FinViz. Mirror's not number one. CCG is right now. CCG, AVGR2 is another one. So let me just see something. AVGR, there's Mirror. There's CCG. There's SQL. That one's up pretty big. AVGR is up 257. It had a split about a week ago, and it's got a float of 674,000. That's wicked. What was that one? I want to take real quick at AVGR. I know we're doing options, but this one's going down. Okay, that's really strange. But this one here, you can see, started off real low this morning at about 627, went up to 850, and it's pulling back. So right now, we're in a downswing on this one. I don't know ABGR. See my watch list. There's nothing to buy, so you cannot do puts on it. You can't do shorts on it. All right. I would not do any type of options on any of these stocks at this point without checking them out. All right, there you go. We have a hold back at about 550, and you see it's coming back down, but will it jump up? As long as we stay, we're below the VWAP, which makes this a little bit bearish at this point. All right. The big question is, will it come back up? We're watching. There's no reason to trend it with trend lines or anything like that because it's an IPO, which means it's a new stock. So if you go, I don't know why mine's not showing it. I can see it on the other one. It says history data. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Mirror, Mirror is the new IPO, but it was August 14th. So it's a new stock, August 14th. The other one was today. But it's less than 1 million, I think. What was the statistics on this one? One more shot. I'm taking a quick look in my other computer. Statistics. Still dropping. Still dropping. So I don't know if you can short it. It's an 8 million float. So it went up, but it's coming back down. That's very unusual after, well, I told you after the first one here, it would go up. It's exactly what it did. There was no second halt, so it pulled back on its own. And it's pulling back slow enough. I think it's going to take off one more time, but we will see. 23. This one here is, let me put them in order. Come on. What happened here? This one's no good. Top EV, get rid of this. I can't figure out this one. I don't know what it is. Gotta get rid of it. I got mirror in the first one. I have no idea. It's lost. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Next one, lost it. Next one, let's see. That's weird. All right, mirror, CCG, SQL is another one, up 564. ABGR is up 272. It's going back up. Let's see. And we got ARM, which is just going down and doing nothing. CRNX, which I think we're finished with. ARM, I'll keep an eye on it for a little bit longer. Let's see. Tesla's down 712. The SPY's up $1.18. SPX is, or NVDA is down $1.60. And the SPY itself is up $10. So right here, we're still watching this. What was the other one? I think it was SQL. Let's see if it's in here. I didn't put it in here, but let's take a quick look. SQL. This one here, it shows it's up, but it's up a lot. Let me just see the beginning of the day. I don't see any reasons for it. I don't. What was the other one? Let's see if I can find the other one. Was SQL's up 567. That doesn't make any sense. This one here, CCG. Let's take one more look at it. CCG, I think. Shoot. Come on. Computer. Weird. Again, this one it stopped at 28.92, came all the way back down. I don't trust it at this point. And you can see right here. You see how big this is? The smaller it is, the more people trading it. So nothing's going on with it. And let's go back to SPX here. I don't see anything else. All right, I'm going to go back to my big one here. And again, NVOS, I can get rid of that. I can get rid of that. ARM, well, we're keeping an eye on that. W Workhorse I used to trade all the time. When President Trump talked about this stock, it went through the roof when he was president. ETB. CRNX could still be coming down further. Amazon, look at that, 54%. PF, easy to borrow. Rocket, nothing I can do with it. If this is blank, it doesn't mean you can't trade it. You can take a try. You can try it. Never worry about what Thinkorswim or Ameritrade is going to charge you for a short. If it can shorten it, do it. Because if you want to short it, because they don't charge that much, never more than about $4. So it's always worth it. You never call them up and say, I'm on the borrowers program. how much it's going to cost me. Don't, by the time you do that, you miss your trade. Just do it. If it's eligible, if it says hard to borrow, try it. If it goes, it goes. Sometimes it will, sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes just at that point, somebody had returned shares, and you can end up getting their shares. Because one thing about the one thing that's good about Ameritrade is when you get shorts, they're cheap, but you can only use them one time. So that means the next time it's based on availability. You all understand that? For those of you, I can't get anybody to speak. Does anybody here? Do you guys hear me? Because I'm not getting one person to answer me. I wish you guys would write something on the board. Write what you're in. Write what you're interested in. Tell me a stock you want to watch. Okay? Otherwise, I'm just going to leave early and just say, you know what? Nobody's interested, and I'm talking to myself. I really can't handle that. 444.53. Let's bring this to 444 for right now. Thank you, DRLYP10, because I just get the feeling like I ask questions and not one person. If we don't have participation in here and people don't have questions, you don't get to figure out. I need to know what you're doing, what you're looking at, what you want me to show you. If you have any questions on a specific stock, what do I think a stock's going to do or not do? Let me show you what I know, all right? Come on, Mickey. Come in for a landing here. Disappeared. Let's see who else is in here today. Okay, I'm just putting something in Dex room real quick. All right. Listening and trade. Okay, what are you trading? I want to know what you're trading. I want to know what stocks you're trading right now. It's important. And are you trading options or are you trading stocks? It's all good. We do everything here. All right. But I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you're trading. Anybody. Just put it on the board. Contracts. Put 5 contracts, blah, 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 blah. What price? So other people know. Okay. Come on. My watch is telling me to stand up. You need exercise. I don't feel good today. I do. I'm just putting out a few other rooms that were available for questions and answers here, you know? How many people are here are your long, Snap, Oracle, great company, and Path, waiting for SPX put, okay? Let me go check and look at the puts right now. What's going on? All right, let's see. Oh, I got me in there. Put deck. Just give me a second. I put the contracts, but if you're not in the contract, you should always check contracts before you go in to see if they've changed. So though I do post them, 5 minutes later, those things can change. But I'm going to check them right now, and I'm going to post them. What is PATH? I can put up Oracle. I like Oracle. It's a good company. Let's see. PATH. Let me see what that is. I'm not sure what that is. Let me put one more. Give me a second. All right, if I type that. Is that the symbol? Let's see. PATH. Path. Unipath. Stock's going down. I hope you're doing puts. 1756. Open. Really not much movement. It's got very low volume for the day on Path, which would make me feel it would be going down. Okay, and Oracle is OR. I think. Come on, open up. Did I miss it? What did you put? ORCL. Oracle. I know the company. It's a big company. And that's another one's been going down. So you're doing puts on these things? Let's see, what did you say? Long. You're doing long snaps. So they've already pulled back. 113.91 was previous close. 113.42 open, and you think it's going forward. Another one that's very low on volume today. You need to check the volumes, okay? But unless you know something, Oracle brings generative AI capabilities to healthcare, which is a good thing. It should be going up, but it's going down. So it's long term. Okay, got it. I'm not going to actually, I'll keep an eye on Oracle. Path, I really don't care about. Let's see. All right, let me put this out there. All right, and the SPY. SPY is back to 440. It changed. 444 on the put and 445 on the call. Let's see. I'm gonna look at on the different computers. So I don't block the screen. Come on, open up. It's on Meta. Oh, SPX. That's good. Perfect. 44.60. So it did change on the contract. 44.60 on the put. 44.65. All right, on the call for 918 contracts today. NVIDIA, okay, is 440. That one did change. So it's 440 on the call and 437.50 on the put. Okay, and that's on NVIDIA's on the 22nd contract. AMD is 102, so it was 103. They did change. 102 would be the put, and I said 102, and I put a 3. Okay, it's my sloppy finger. 102, and then the 103. 103. What's it on? Yeah, 103 would be the call. That's on Friday's contracts. Tesla would be at 270. So all my contracts changed. 270 on the call, 267.5 on the put. And then the last one I have in here is Meta. Meta is 302.60, so it'd be 302. Actually, it would be 305. I want to put it to the next. It'd be at the money at 302.50. Let's put it at 305 on the call and 302.50 on the put. That's Friday's contract. There they are. See if I made any mistakes. 305, 302.50, 270, 260.50, AMD 103, 102. NVIDIA for 40, for 37.50, SPX for 44.65. Okay, I wonder if this will push this down. Let me try something. I put zeros or take them out sometimes. Let's see. Let's see. 44. 44.60. Arrow. Here we go. 103.00, 102.00, space. Let's go a little further this way. Let's go another space. I hope this will work. Let's see if it changes anything. Boom. 918. Yeah, that looks better that way. And there you can see it better. Okay. Just by adding a few spaces and adding a few zeros, it actually put them out so you can read them better. Okay. That looks good to me. That was perfect. All right. What else do we got here? Go back to my charts on top. Okay, so I've got Meta, which is also moved out of its channel up to about, let's say 303 would now be a safe. Meta is 303 for resistance. That would make it 302. 302, I think. 300. Let's make it 302. That's perfect. 302 for support. On AMD, also moved up. You've got, and it's already been reflected in the contracts. 102.50. 102.50 resistance, and 102.50. Let's just go a dollar and say 101.50. See how that looks? That's perfect. Okay. And there we go. And then here we had a little bump here, which shows it's trying 45, I think. Let's edit that up to 439.50. Let's call that resistance. 439.50. Usually about $2. 439.50 would be 437.50. Let's just go $2. NVIDIA, the way it moves, you got to go a little further on your chart always. You see the difference? Why? It's amazing, but it could be a little higher on the support, but let's say even 438. I'll go 438. Let's go 38. I'm trying to tweak it without giving enough, distance. There you go. You can see the channel that we're in now. We're trying to move up because it's creating higher lows. So you can see now here, I could actually put this into a 3-minute. Might be able to predict it. Let's see for NVIDIA. Let's go this way. Come on, come on. Here, when it does that, it disappears on me. Let's bring it like that. So you can see the low of the day. If I look at NVIDIA, let me just see what it was. Spider, Tesla, NVIDIA. Okay, so NVIDIA has a low of the day. What a difference. Wow. It's not even a reason to do it because at 439.52 here to down here, I'd have to make one step, 2 step, 3 steps, all right? But we can see at this point, even from here, look at this. It hit a low of 420, but that's not what I'm showing right now. It's not counting that quick tail. It's counting on NVIDIA. Make sure I got the right stock. I do. 423.03. So if I looked at it that way, 423.03, which should be around 423. Here we go. Way at it. Let me try something. 423.03, right? 423.03. All right, if I go like this, didn't go in. Hold on, it didn't go in. 424.04. 423. I thought once I have it, I can edit it. Yeah, that's close enough. I'll do it this way. Bring it right to the top, right on the other side of the 13 of the exponential. Boom. So here, let's see. Edit properties. Here we go. 423, we want 03, right? 423.03. Uh-oh. What about here? Endpoint. I don't know what the endpoint is. So that we got right here. Let's cancel the left. Shows exactly what we got it. 423. It's 423.03. And then we got it right to the top here. But then we got this here. We'd have to go from, we can't bring it from here, it'll cut across. We can do it from here, a new point, to there. And you can see it's going up. And what it's showing us, let's cancel the left on trend line 5. If you look at this now, what it's going to show us is the squeeze. And you can see how we're squeezing up. Boom. But now if I put this back, what time is it? 12. I could leave it on the 3-minute as long as we're not in it. You see it here? So we have an ascending up here and a way ascending from the bottom here. I didn't go to the 20. I went to what Finance told me, Yahoo Finance, and I used that one. There's the SPY, there's Tesla. arm. I'm gonna get rid of arm. I think arm's done. Let's see. AVGR is still good, going up to 287. SQL is still going up slowly. CCG is still going up $18. MIRA is up, but it's coming back down. That was a put. And then Oracle, I'm not going to watch. That's long term. So right now, I'm more of a scalper here and showing you what's happening in the here and now. All right. So there's how we would draw the trend that would be workable for us right now. Okay. And even if I want to go back to the 1 minute, you won't see the bottom part. Okay. But you'll see, and I can open this a little more. Okay. Let's bring it over now. You see, we're still slightly ascending here. I want to push this up because that is the direction. Let's see if I can even bring it back. I don't think I can bring it back further here. Let's see if I extend to the left. It's touching. It's not really. It's very, very close. I activate it. Right there. All right, and let's cancel the left. Let's take it from there. We can't go anywhere else. It would be an extra step. Here's step 1 here going up. So you see here, these are steps. A step from here to here. And then from here to here would be another step. That's what I would be calling my active steps. Right here, it's very, very close. Let's see if it pushes up. But what we have, okay, the only thing, this would be a little bit tighter. All right, just slightly. Right there. And you can see the squeeze coming up that I still expect another push up at this point. All right. So let's see what happens there. When watching the SPY is still trying to move itself up and through the upper VWAP area. That's the upper VWAP is that right there. That's your 13. That's your upper VWAP. So right now we're at about, let's see, 76. Let's leave it at 75, which will be the next step up, okay, for the resistance. It looks like it already hit it or came very close. So I can open this up here, and you can see and I can bring this down. You can see there's a lot of volume in here. 67 I saw. Let's see if it went that far. Oh, what did I see? 68. You see it? 68, 69, 70. Right there. There was a 70. You all saw it? Don't call me a liar. I don't lie. There's 69. There it is, 70. That's the high point that I see in here, that it did hit 70. And you see this, that's as far as I can go. All right, so I see 70. That tells me 75 would be the next. Now, your pullback here. So we got 444, 445. You would think that 445 would be our target for the SPY. 447 being the 50-day, and 446 being the 13 moving average. So 446.12 would be my ultimate that I think that the SPY would want to, that traders would want to bring the SPY to. But for right now, I think the big target is 445. We can take this off for right now. So if I wanted at this point, we're still in an up, I can go here and then I'll do this and say, okay, I'm going to say that, let's just put that in there. Let's edit the properties. Okay, that would be an upper target. Uh-oh, you know what happens when he does this? It usually hits. We'll see. 445 is our upper target right now. We want to show it on the right. This always has to be red for resistance. I do it just the opposite of what Thinkorswim does. They make it green. Maybe it's for go. I don't know. I just see it more this way. And if I do this, there's my upper target. That's what I think. We already hit the upper VWAP plot at 444.70. All right, I put 75 as the next resistance. Then bam, upper target to be hit. All right, and there's a good possibility that this could happen. We're above the VWAP and we're above the 13. We're very bullish at this minute. Okay, and if we look at the SPY, I didn't put trend lines in it, but if we look at the SPY, it's still, if I went from the beginning of the day to the upper, let's go into 3 minute. So this way we can see the whole chart. Make it a little bigger here so we can see it. Always remember to put this back to where it was. I'm going to put it here for a second, just in case I want to draw a trend line. And right here, I think I can get it from the tip right there That was in the beginning of the day when it hit that area, and then hit this area right here, which was the top. Boom. And then we can cancel the left so you can see exactly where I took it from. Now, you'd have two steps here. One goes to here, but now I'm going to take it from this step at the VWAP and keep it right in front of the 13, all right? And just cancel my left. And there is my trend on, now let's go back to the 1 minute. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's change this back on the tool to this and bring it over so we can see it. And you'll see that we have, at the moment, ascending on one end and ascending on the other. But now that we have a 1, let's see exactly where I got this to. Activated, where is it? That's weird. Huh. There's activation there. I don't want that one. Let's try it again. Edit. Oh no, we want to activate it, not edit. And there, that would be trend line. Well, there it is. That's where it should be. And we're going to take that and just bring it down a little bit. It says 80, but I don't know if we got that high. We might have. I didn't see it. All right, there's another high point right there. It could go to that higher point right there. That is the highest point. So that's where I want it. Let's activate it again. Let's bring it back to right there on top. Okay, I want it on my highest point. It gives me, by doing that, I went from the high point here in the morning to the high point here, and then from here, all right, which is close. You can see it's a little bit lower. I got it down to the other one. You can tweak it. Once you get to the 1 minute, it changes slightly. So I put it right there by both of them. And you can see we have an upward and an upward. Same thing here. Here's a slight pullback. When you get a slight pullback, what you do is you edit it and just take that bump and bring it to there. And you'll see the spread. So remember what I always say. You got to pull back and then boom for it to go forward. And a lot of times you'll see pullback like a bow and arrow. You look at the target, you hit, and you come short of the target. Next time you pull back further. So it's like when I pull back, I'm selling off shares. The more I sell off, the more spring I got when I buy them back. Okay? And that's what's happening. I just see it that way and blah, blah, blah. And it's still pulling back. And it's still pulling back on the SPY all at the same time. And they're all pulling back. Okay? Even my support here, all right, has now become, let's say, about 25, 266.25. You want to do as close as possible, even numbers, okay? I'm going to leave my resistance because we hit it twice, all right? Once, twice, close to 3 times here. And it was actually a support area here. Support became resistance, resistance, resistance. So let's leave it there. Let's see how far back we pull on Tesla. Also, I'm watching Meta. My Meta is still fine. It's sitting in its channel. If anybody's trading it and they want to see it, I'll bring it back down. Same thing with AMD. It shows that it's going to pull back. I think I have it about 102.50. It's at 102.23. It's really close. So let me put this. I'm going to edit this to 101.75. 7. What do I as support for AMD, which I'm watching also. All right. So we got 2 trends here. Again, as these trends move, I want to move these so I know where they came from. Okay. Come on. Take a grab. And put it right to the bottom where it is at right now. So the spread here is getting wider. Okay. I'd rather it get tighter. It shows me it's going to push more or push sooner. All right. But here, when I get this, try it again. Activate it. Just bring it over to the end right there. There you go. So you can see we're still very tight. We have an upward here and an upward here. We still have an upward here and an upward here. We still have a great chance. We're over the VWAP. We're over the VWAP. This one here, Tesla, is a little weak. But when we looked at FinViz, remember what it told us? Tesla was in the red, about 2.6%. So you can open up the big chart and you can go in any one of them. You know the percentage that particular stock is down if you're interested. You always leave FinViz open in the background. And the only thing that's pulled up is Works, but I'm not putting it in because it's a 29-cent stock. And I'm not dealing with any stocks right now under $1. All right? So work with me there. Still looking good. All right, I gotta get a bar. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna get a bar and a little bit of ice in my coffee. Okay, and we are back. All right. Has this been a good lesson? And I come back and I can see what happened here. I can see just walking out of the room that this has gone back up because this was my low point here. So in the last minute to 2 minutes, I can see it's starting to come back. This hasn't really done much. It's come up a little bit. And I think the SPY it looked like it came down a little bit more. So what I'll do is I'll just activate it a little bit. I can see from where I was here what I missed. It came down and it's trying, but it's still holding. So I could even say right now my support is really about 444.25. What do I have? Say 444.25. There you go. So I'm just going to bring this up a little bit and make that 25. And what it does is it shows me where we're at all times. Okay? It shows me where we're at. Right now I'm going to enjoy my my pure protein bar. Good stuff. Very little sugar. I got to stay away from the salt. I had a very, very bad time with my blood pressure this week. I went up to 150 over 88 and wasn't feeling just right. I had to double up my own medication. I play doctor all the time. But I put myself on some alpha lipoic acid and NAC, and it's bringing my down. It's bringing it down and cleansing me out. It's working. I had to add a diuretic to my blood pressure pill, which I did. I had an old batch of pills that had it in it already. I'm gonna have to call my doctor and tell him to switch it. I tell my doctor what I want. I watch my own body, and I read up on all medications out there. We deal with a lot of pharmaceutical companies out there, so it's good to know what you need to know. Who does what and which one would I want to take? And how can I go natural? So, alpha lipoic acid is very, very good for you. It can bring down blood pressure, take down depression. It's got a lot of good uses. Some of it not FDA approved, but I don't give a shit about FDA. They take too long to get things done. And I believe they can be bought just like they were bought when it came to COVID. Somebody got paid off. All I know is we need an administration change and we need it quick. Right now, if you listen to the news, there's a tri-pact going on between Iran, Russia, and China, and North Korea now. So, if we're not careful, we'll get taken over as a country. They want to take our guns away for a good reason. They want to surrender us. They're bought and paid for. Not happening. You got a vertical spread. Very good. I wish you would explain a little more to the room. There's a lot of people who are new in here and don't know what vertical spreads are, which is much better than doing a straddle. It's by buying you're buying two different positions on the same thing. So let's just see if I can. I actually put that up last week, but give me a second here. It's an insurance, is what it is. And by using a vertical spread, okay, you're simultaneously buying and selling of an option of the same type. Okay, I'm just want to see if the expiration date, I forgot, is the term that comes from the strike prices, and the expiry, but at different strike prices. So different strike prices, same expiration. All right. So for those of you who don't know what a vertical spread is, here's your definition. All right, one of them anyway. There's more to it. You can get this information, very good from Investopedia. Has just about anything you'd ever need. All right, but that'll bring you the page on vertical spread. Yeah, I feel good today. This is a good thing. Knock on wood. Come in. Somebody here. All right. Someone knocking at the door. Someone ringing a bell. Let me in. Bring that down. Okay. Look at that. We're trying to push up a little bit on the SPY. We're trying to push up. So right now we are holding. And you look at this, you can see we went from about 60 before. And now we're back up to $80, $81. I want to see Tesla go green today. I see more green starting to fill in. You see the green is starting to fill in different places. Even more brighter green, brighter green. That's a brighter red. We don't want to see that. Not for Tesla anyway. CCG. So let's go back to my single chart. And there's Workhorse. Let's look at CCG. This is not doing much. I don't understand. It's one of the top stocks. There's not a lot of, I got Mira. Let's see, MIRA. Look at that, pulled all the way down. Just as we saw it. I called this one perfectly, but since it was no other halt, it came down slowly after that. That's total manipulation. You can tell, like right here, you can see this went up. How many shares? 32,000, 32,000, and 15. 15. Well, how many minutes were on? 1. So 15, 32, 32 is 64, 64, 64, 74, 79, I figure 80, 88, 89, about 90,000 shares, that's it. Then coming back down, watch this, 265,000. That's a manipulation. Somebody was already buying into this thing. Somebody was buying it slowly. And if you come here and you look at this, like green here, you got 8,000, 8,000, 19,000, all right? 8,000, 8,000. There is no 200,000 in here. And then all of a sudden you get 266, 210. Look at this. You tell me that's not inside selling. 122, 123, 84. Somebody pushed this up. I think this should be investigated. When you look at what went up, which is very little, this is what they draw in from the outside, and the push down from here, that was definitely some sort of a planned sale. So you can go look at the actual company on that and see why. Why, if it was only 80, 90,000 going up, that almost 500,000 shares got sold off. Do you see that? You really have to understand stock market manipulation. And who's that calling me? Hold on 1 second. Okay. Some scam about my healthy food card. I've been getting these calls for the last month. Some scam out there. I don't deal with strangers on the phone. I don't have a number I can call back. And call me up from a local number where they're not. All right. And here we can see right now, we busted through the resistance on NVDA. We actually got ourselves, really, another high. See it? So now we're dealing higher highs. And we brought our resistance up from 439 to 440. So we went up $1 here and about 50. So we bring this up. It's actually going up even higher. What do we hit? 88. I'm going to bring it up to, I don't want that, I want the edit. I'm going to bring that up to about 75. We went up that much. You see, it pulled back all that way. It pulled back to spring forward. Exactly what I told you. This one pulled back to spring forward. It just didn't go as far. So it created a higher, it created a lower high and a lower low. That's not good. You want to see a little more action out of the SPY, but NVIDIA shows you it's definitely trying. And before, I didn't call the, but here you're looking at 442. Around 442 would be somewhere around a target for this stock today. Still trying to push. And this one here hasn't pushed. It's actually come down. So we got about 267.75. Let's edit this down. 267.75 would be now the resistance. Boom. You see how it's moved down? But we're in the middle. We're trying to get above the VWAP here. We're still bullish here. We're still bullish here. We're bearish here. These things are so good. They went up, got so expensive in Walmart. I got them on Amazon. I ordered them at 12 o'clock on Sunday and on Saturday, and got them by 11 o'clock on Sunday. Amazing. No charge for shipping. No tax. I love it. I love Amazon. Amazing. They put places all over the country to make it easy to deliver in a day. And they hire people, start them at $15, $18, $20 an hour to drive around in their car and deliver. Some have trucks. Mostly Amazon has trucks, all electric driven. Okay, how are we all doing? 6 people just ran away from nowhere. Same time. Stop talking for 1 second. Take a break and they're gone. Open the module. Let's see. They think Deck's not live. He's running tapes right now. Let's go back to the lobby. Is anybody else live? AK-47? He's watching AMD. What's going on with AMD? Oh, look at that. I wasn't watching for a second, and boom. Just as I called it, what did I tell you? 442? Bam. That was a great call for me. Look at that. I called 442. Go listen to the tape for NVIDIA. We just hit 442.21. I should have put it in there for upper target, but I did call it. That's exactly, wow. I cannot believe that. I turn around to see who else was live, check the other rooms, and boom. Look at that, right? Was that a great call or what? Out of nowhere, just like I told you, pull back and spring hard. The harder, the more it pulls back, the more it springs forward. And it always works that way. And 5 people just left their room to watch a video of Dex for whatever reason and missed out on the lesson. Exactly on the call. See, the spread's getting further now, so their support's going to come up also. I want to wait for the pullback, but that's going to put us now at about 440, 439, let's say 440, about 440. Does that keep us below the 13? 440. So I don't want to do that. Come on. I don't want that either. 440. Beautiful shot. I cannot believe I called that and it went just as planned. Can you see why? The idea is understanding how to read your charts. If you understand and you watch your charts and you start to feel a part of the algorithm itself, you can start to predict where stocks are going. And that's what I try to teach you here. That's one of the lessons that I don't think a lot of people do. They play a guessing game, and it feels like sometimes, it feels like when I watch, I'm not mentioning any names, but it feels like when I'm watching some others who are trading, that it's like gambling. You know, I'm gambling. I get in too soon. There's a reason why people keep getting in too soon. All right, and part of that is gambling. I think it's not what I think; it's what I see. It's what I see. All right, and a lot of it has to do with what's going on from any point. All right, even when I went from here to here, you can see that no matter what, if I took even from a now points there, and I went from here to where I was here, okay, boom. Let's cancel the left, all right, and let's cancel the right. This would have been what I call my active step, all right. And then here I can cancel this. Did I bring this in the bottom of the day? I think I did. But even if I went from the now position, all right, I would have been here and then I would have been this way because this, all right, let's activate this. Yeah, it's over there. This is great. Let's remove the left extension. Let's cancel. Where's the left? Come on. Cancel right. Why can't I see that? Let's try it again. Cancel right. I want to cancel left. That's really weird. Redraw. Extend to the left. If I extend to the left, it doesn't make any sense. Huh. Let's go into a 5 minute. That doesn't really make any sense. Let's go into 3 minutes. Bring this back down here. Let's make it a plus. Plus. That makes no sense why I couldn't move that thing. Okay, so from here, cancel my left. Do it this way. I'm going to do it a little differently. There's my day, all right? But I want to take, oh shoot. Got to be careful to put this back. See? Put that back here. And then you can take this, watch. Activate. And I can move it all the ways up. I want it like that. Wow. Let's try something. Let's remove the drawing. Let's put one more. See, that would have been my active step and more in the now. Bring my line. There you go. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted. So I'm going to bring it from about here. This way. Okay, get rid of my left. Then this one here. I'm going to activate it so I can adjust it just a little bit and bring it right to there. Bingo. So you see the active step in the now. All it did is it changes the type of direction for the squeeze. But now I put in that active line so you can see. I like to keep it in front of the 13. So if I do that, 13, instead of there, I'm going to push this up a second. Then I'm going to bring it right there. All right? And I want to bring it to the 13 because we're above the 13 exponential. And now you can see the exact point. And then we'll watch where our pullbacks come to now. All right? And you can see there's my support. There's my resistance. Let's see what happens. And let's put it back to a 1 minute. Might change it a little bit. Shouldn't change it much. I'm more in the here and now, okay, instead of the whole daily from the very bottom, which gave me really just a boom, 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 but I'm showing you where it came from and why, all right? I don't know if you all understand why I do that, but that's the active step, and it works, okay? I'm taking more of a here and now. I can take this from here. Here's a now, all right? They're both around the same time period, here and now, I can do it from here also. It'll just change it slightly. It doesn't have to be exact. All we need is a certain amount of what we call the squeeze play. We want to see the squeeze, where it's going to come back to. Here's the squeeze, back to the 13. Here's the squeeze, back to the 13. There it goes, just like I'm telling you. This one here is a little different because we're right below the VWAP. So at this point, we're in a whole different attitude of where the stock is going at this point. So unless we get a little more news, but here's news at 12:31 a few minutes ago, and what does it say? That Elon Musk accepts Edrogen's invitation to Telefast amid talks of Turkish Tesla factory. That's good news. That's good news. Why? It's talking about another factory. That's more production. The move signals Turkey's ambitions to play a role in electric vehicles EV sector. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan proposed to Tesla. That's a really good thing. That should do a little bit more than what it just did, but it only brought it up about, I can't see how many shares, without actually going to my single chart and possibly going here and going to Tesla, which is here. I can look at my last one here when that news came out at 31. So there's 33, 32. Here it is, 30 to 31. It comes out, they get it on other news a little sooner. So right here, and you have 150,000, a little bit of a pullback, same thing, and then boom again, 110. See, not really enough to reflect what's really happening here. But you can see, all right, you can see what's happening with Tesla when I single it out in a big chart. Now I can actually bring it down a little further. And I'm going to say that my resistance is 267.50 at this point. Okay. Sometimes I like to use 45, but I'm going to use the 50. So 267.50, and I'm going to leave this one because they got the point here and here and here. This is about right. I'm going to say 266. What is it? 30. 266.25. That's so funny because we always like to be at around $1.25. All right. So from 50 down to, what is this? Hold on. Let's edit this. 25. That's $1.25. It's perfect, what we always try to use. So there's my Tesla chart fixed up. And you can see what the news was. It might be, let's see, keep an eye on what's going on. Obviously, Tesla has big things coming in the future. Tesla is a great long-term stock. If I was going long-term on any stock out of all the stocks out there, Tesla would be one of them. It would. He's a genius, Elon Musk. The man is incredible. Okay. I'm just looking at some of the stocks that other people are looking at right now. SPY rejection of 445. Is that true? Look at this. Right up to my upper target. I wasn't even watching, but look at my upper target right here. Here's another hit. 445. And what did we get? That's about 4 minutes ago. 444.79. I said 445. Let's see. Let's go down a little, see if we can see. 85, 89, 89. I saw 89. It's going down. All right, so 89 would be about 4 minutes ago. 1, 2, 3, maybe a little longer. Let's see, where is that? Right there. 1232. I don't know if we can get in there. 1232. There we go. 1232. Come on, open up. Wrong. There we go. 432. Here we go. There it is. 93. 93. 94. 94. 95. Right there. Boom. There was, I saw 95 right there. 95. So I was 5 cents off, and I called it down around here at 444. I said, actually, I did it around 442. I said that they would want to hit for 445, and there it is. Bam. I was within 5 cents. I think that's a perfect call, don't you? There's another one that hit my target, and that's going to put my resistance now All right, let's put this here. And let's say at least edit trend line. No, that's wrong. We want to upper resistance. It's not upper resistance. That's funny. It should be just resistance. I don't know where I got that from. I was thinking up a target before, and I did put one anyway. So 444.75, and we went all the ways to 95. Watch. Bam. That's going to change my upper target for right now. Where should I put it? Edit upper target. And let's just change that for right now, because I'm going to say that's a hit. Within 5 cents is definitely a hit. Let's just put it up a little further, because at the rate that we're going right now, we are still pushing up. We are still pushing. And that's what I love about time and sales. You can actually find out the exact place. All right. And let's see. Activate. I'll leave it right there. It's pretty good. If I don't want to come from this area here, because I don't want to cross over anything, what I can do is this. Watch. Gives me more of an exact now. So if I activate this, watch this. I'm going to pull this up to where I can see it. And I'm going to move this over a little bit. And I'm going to move it to the other one, move to right here. And then I'm going to take this one, trend line, right there. And there's your exact. In this moment of what we're talking about, see, we don't even need this from here to here. All we only need from here to here at this point, all right? But I can leave that. You can see the squeeze is getting tighter and tighter, which gives me a good shot that this is going to go and hit it again. That's a hit. I called NVIDIA, and I called that one. All right? So that's 2 for 2. Look at Tesla coming back again. So Tesla, you can see, is going to give us a... Tesla is right now giving us resistance at about 75. Hold on 1 second. Same company just calls me back again and tries it one more time. This time they're trying to be really nice about it. I was nice to them. People are so stupid, I don't get it. They spend so much time trying to scam you. All right, let's move my support up here. 266.75 on Tesla. Could be 80. 267.75. Could be. I moved it up manually before. So that's $1 in the channel. That's it. 268. We're at 267. So we know 268 right now is your initial where they want to push this to. 440.85. You can see we're still pushing up. We're still pushing up. Pretty good call. Oh, God. Huh. He's not here. And for those of you who don't know, I am the active trader, and this is my world. And I'm so glad that you become a part of it. For real. Anybody look at that real prop funding that they're talking about? I'm just curious if anybody got involved with that. If they're doing the real prop trading. Or not. I'm thinking about it, but you know what? It's different when you use other people's money opposed to using your own. All right, let's see what I got here real quick. I need to check something. That was such a good bar. I could eat 2 of those things, but I'm trying to lose weight. I'm down about 5 pounds. Making a difference, too. What happened? I hate that music. How many of you people cannot like the music from Dextro? And how many of you don't like it? I just don't know why they call that music. It's not music, it's noise. My parents, they used to think my music was noise. It's amazing. All right, we just redid that one. You can see a bigger pullback here to the support, okay? So we want to pull this here just so it's just on the other side of the 13 and touching this. So we know the pullback. Here's your pullback. SPY, still pulling back. Still pulling back a little, okay? We'll put it a little under there. We're still right there. Tesla's still holding, the only one. These two pull down and Tesla goes up. Meta comes down with the SPY, it seems. And right now, if you're watching Meta, would have been a good put. It's down to 301.70. 301.70. And let's see, resistance on AMD is going up a little bit to about 102.85. So you know that thing's trying to hit for 103, but having a lot of difficulty. It's in a straight up motion at this point. It is ascending triangle from bottom and top. Important. Okay, bam, bam. Huh, where am I? T2, that's me. Okay. Boy, that's terrible music. Can't even play it in the background. Ah, now here's some real music. Let's see. 2, 1, come on. Skip the ads. I like the live version. To me, this is music. I don't know. I love Jason Aldean, and I saw him in concert, and he wasn't that great. His music is, but he's off the show. But it's not. In a small town. I lost about 4 people on that song. Guess. It's all right. They don't like it. They don't like it. What can I tell you? How do I get rid of this? Okay. Whew. How to get rid of it? I thought I was in something else. I can't get back. All right. I guess that was weird. I couldn't get back. 213. All right, who's that? 15. Yeah, it's Deck. It's him. I'm already in there. All right, I'm back. See, you play a little music in the background and people fly out of here. You know what? You can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. Remember that song? All right. It's 12:48. Everything seems to be holding pretty much, except AMD. AMD is trying to push itself up a little further. 103 now resistance for AMD. That's a good thing. 103. Okay, I put that in there. For those who don't really know what I'm doing, there's another computer on top. All right, and I have other stocks. There's the 103. You can see I put that in there. 103, and that's going to put my support now. What do I got? 103. Let's just bring it to $1 and bring it to 102. Boom. There you go. That's $1. Here, we're just playing with the trend line here slightly. Okay, so we can activate that up. Just bring it down a little bit. If it comes down to the point, what I'll do is just take this one and extend it. But for right now, we're looking good. Let me just see something real quick. Let's go to the 3-minute again. I hate this. Makes it difficult. And big. And we said, I want to see where it goes. Let's extend this one down. Let's see if we can get it in there. Extend down to the left. Yeah, you see, I'm going to use that one and get rid of the other one. Let me just see NVIDIA real quick. We're showing 423.03, remember? So what I'm going to do is I'll take this, activate it. 423.03. Oh, that is so perfect. Cancel left and take this one off. Watch. Remove drawing. Perfect. Let's go back to the 1 minute. I had a feeling it moved. Let's go back to positive. I hated this. Why can't it just go forward? Why does it have to? If I go too forward, it'll go the other way. See? I can't win. I don't know how to get this thing perfect. Yeah, that's good enough. It's always 3 bumps. All right. So here we go. Now we're back to the morning on the bottom, and pretty much the now on the top. We still have ascending. All right. What it did, it just brought in and shows a tighter squeeze, but it's still pulling back. It's pulling back to the support, and it's got to hold this support, or we're going to have a problem. All right. So we're going to take this right now and bring that down to here. This way, when I go to lunch and I come back, I'll know if it held my support. All right? Just by looking at it this way. And it's minus a little smaller. There you go. Perfect. So it's still holding my support, and we know our resistance. I think we're perfect in there. Same thing here. We're still in the channel. The only difference is I think that the 444.25, I don't want to, if I bring it up to here, to even around 50, right there. Yeah, let's see what happens. I just want to see it come below me. Let's go to from 25 and bring it up to 444.50. There's my support resistance. You can see right here where we're at here. I want to keep it on the 13. I can adjust this a little. Actually, I'm going to leave it on the where I got it. I'm going to leave it there. We're good. All right. Everything else is holding. Time again is Deck, the funny man. Okay, we're looking good. AMT trend line broke. Hey, how you doing, Doc? L. Winthrop. Boy, I could have used you this week. Too bad you're so far away. Where are you? North Carolina, right? Arkansas? Arkansas. Let's see if my memory's any good. Where are you? North Carolina or Arkansas? Watch, I'm totally wrong. Let's see. Kansas. Oh, that's right. You're in Kansas. Oh my God, I forgot. You haven't been around in a while. See? Out of sight, out of mind. I'm glad you're doing okay. You must be in between patients. If I had patience, I'd be a doctor. Just kidding. All right, 26. Let's see what we got here. NVIDIA, AMD, like I said, he broke trend line broke. It did break the trend line, but it stopped at my resistance. And the resistance on there on AMD, I have 103. Let's see, make sure I'm going to edit that. 103, and then I have 102, I think. Yeah, for my support. So right now we're good. I didn't do a resistance line on it, so I don't know. Just to show you what I'm talking about, I'll use this. Oh, it's right here. I got it right there. All right, but I'm going to go back now. I'm going to put this to, unless you want to, I could put a trend line in here. Let's see. Straight up. You see, we put it from here, straight up. Let's say put it in 3 minute and go boom, boom, boom. Okay, that was a little easier. All right, now we would take, let's push this up like that. My trend line, let's say, let me bring it from the top here. All right, this is about where you are now. Cancel left on trend line. All right, so you can see where I took it from. Then from here, I can take it from a low, 99.45. Let's see if AMD, if I have this up here, I do. AMD 45, I have, that's AMD, that's not the right one. Maybe I don't have AMD. I may not have it. Let's get rid of mirror. Let's get rid of SQL. Put in AMD, since I do watch it. Okay, here we go. And I got a low of 99.45. Well, that is the low. They're counting that. Let's do 46. It's close enough. And then I'll go right to there. And you can see now, and I'll get rid of my left extension. I don't want to go into the middle of nowhere. That's a big squeeze going up. You still have a much ascending on both sides, on lower and upper. Would you agree that they're L. Winthorpe? So if I was to guess right now, I would say the ultimate for this would be 105. Okay, I like this would be a great one to draw Fibonacci because it'll give you past on it also and give us a real good solution. Maybe after lunch I'll draw, see where it goes from here. I'm going to leave this on 3 minutes for now. I think I'm going to move everything to 3 minutes since of the time. I'm going to activate this. You can see this is still pulling down and we've come below our support. And now my support is down to 439.50. So it's come down quite a bit. So 439.50 is my new support. And as far as my resistance, I'm going to bring it to leave it at $1. Oh, I don't want to do it that way, but I will. Didn't work. So let's edit it to I'm not sure. I lost it on this one. Let's see where it goes. 441.50. 440. 441.50. That's $2. $1.50. Let's go a little lower. 441. It's really dropping. Let's leave the 441. That's very, because there's got to leave a leeway. There you go. This is what we'll look. So we are pulling back on everything. SPY, lunchtime hit, and bam. Okay? Everything's pulling down. We're at support now on the SPY. We'll see if this is going to hold. This is on a 1 minute. This is on a 1 minute. This is on a 3 minute. 3 minutes. Let's leave it on 1. It's going to change the contracts. But be careful. If you're looking right now, 103 would be the call, 102 would be the put on AMD. And let's go back now to Tesla. And Tesla, boom, boom. Tesla came out of the resistance up, but still staying above the VWAP, which I believe 267 is the actual, I don't want this on the same line. I want it below it. So let's make it 95. Put it below the VWAP. Ooh, perfect. I could have done that better myself. Everything else seems to be good at this point. All right, what time? We got 12:59. I think it's time to get something to eat. I'm hungry. I need to eat. I think today I'm going to make chili. Tonight I'll make pizza, so I'll have leftover pizza tomorrow. Let's see. Well, I may go stay a few more minutes because I want to see what's happening with this. Your NVIDIA is pulling back really far at this point. Come on, I should have been able to. I'm on the wrong line. Activate. There we go. Pull back a little bit. And then my support pulled me back to, let's go to 25. I'm going to leave this to resist 439.25, 439.25, 440.25. Leave $1 in there. Want to keep the channel so we know exactly we're above the 13 exponential. All right. And if I was doing anything and I was going to do a line, to see this from earlier, what I would do is this at this point. I would put an active step in there to show you the change. And the change would be from, I never used my eye drops this morning, so. All right, like this, right in front of the 13. Oh, shooty duty. I'm going to try. Cancel the left, and then I'll cancel what? I'm going to cancel the right. And there's my active step. So you can see how we were moving up, 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 and bam, everything comes back down. There's, and now you can see we have a descending triangle, and this keeps getting pushed further down, down, down. So we have a lot of sell-off from here to here. And that puts us back down quite a bit. And we had the same thing if you look here. All right, so if you look in the SPY, we had the exact same thing happen. A little bit different the way it happened because this tried to hold and pull back. There was that hold, and right there, you see the slight pullback at the same time. If you look at the time, it's probably the same. 12:45, and then we had here, what is it? Look at it, perfect, 12:45. Look at the bottom. You see, so you can see at the same time, and probably here too. All right, there it is. That's 12:36. 12. See, this one is doing its own thing. Yeah, here's the pullback. 12:45. Boom. It all went up for whatever reason, but there's no news at 12:45. None. So what's moving this? What is moving this? Is a lot of manipulation. Okay, so we can't see any verification or any reason. So you're gambling is what you're doing. So that's why you need to keep close stops. All right, like here, this might be brought down. If we know that right now we're at 50, what are we at right there? We're at 44, 45. I like the 40. See, sometimes I like that 45. So let's bring this into 45 here. All right, so 444.50. And if I bring it back down here, you got about double top right there at about 444.83. Let's bring this down a little bit. And come on. Edit this down. And let's bring this down to about 25. 440. Oh, we can't do that. 445. What am I doing? 445. 85. 70, 75. Just bring it down a little bit. Damn, that's a lot of bit. I think it's a little higher. So what is it? 44.80. What did I get in there? 85. What did I put it? 75? I think it's 85. What are we at? Let's use 95. 95. I don't know. I called 85. I think that's where it's at. There you go. But if you keep your channels tight, okay, then you know where we're at. Right now, we know we're in the middle of the channel. I don't want to take a guess. Now, I'm going to guess that it's going to come down a little further, but then it's going to go back up again. So I might want to wait till this either hits the resistance or makes a new resistance. I'm sorry, a new support. Once it does that, I know it's going to try to go back up. You can watch it and see what it's doing. But each time now on the way down, what is it doing? It's making lower lows. We'll have to see where this one ends up right now, or if it stops right on my trend line. And that's how you know. But look what's happening here. They're not holding. All right, so you can see the markets are pulling back. I haven't looked at FinViz, but I'm willing to bet it's in the negative now. All right, so right now we're going to pull this back to 50. Come on. 50, 50, 50. 438.50. 438, and then I drop 50. My eyes closing. 438. Oh my God, I lost it altogether. Great. I might have probably made it 430. Yep, I lost it. So what do? You panic. No, you don't panic. There's another way. You know what you do? You can do this. You can duplicate this. Shit. Watch this. Duplicate the drawing. And you're going to watch this. Take one, edit, activate it. Doesn't matter which one. You're going to pull one of them down to here, right? I'm going to edit it. I'm going to make it 438.50. I'm going to change this to green, and I changed this to support. So I doubled it. It made it easier to do it, so I didn't have to write it all out. Support, and change this on the right, and boom, 438.50, and there's my support back. Isn't that simple? You got to learn how to think out of the box when things happen out of your control. Like, wait, it'll show up one day. You know, it'll show up for me. And the thing is, then I'll just get rid of it. I mean, I could go into, where is it? Here, instead of 1 minute, I can make it 180 for a second and see if I can find that line, and I don't see it anywhere, all right? I still don't see it anywhere. It should pop up on the bottom. Could be this one right here. Let's see something. I don't know if this is it. Trend line 8. I don't know where that one came from. Let's remove the drawing. If I removed it, I make another one. Let's go back now. That's when you want to find it. And there you see, I still have it. I still have my other one, which is good. I got rid of it. You know what else moved? Let's see. Let's go to there. My trend line here. I lost. You know what? I didn't remove it. I lost my active step. Okay, let's activate this to right there under the support. Remember, we had another line coming here. So we'll go back in here. That's what I took out. Wrong one. There you go. That's the one I took out. So I lost the other one. It may be gone forever. It's in the abyss. It's in the abyss. You like that? But you see how quick you can replace them if you have to. Everything can be replaced, including me. Activate this. Let's see. We're going down a little bit more further. So what does that put us? 35? Yep, perfect. 35. Leave even numbers if possible. All right? Leave even numbers. 35. Why didn't it change? Oh, that was my support. And then this one here, you can see. And it's widening it. It's widening this for the actual, what do you call that? For the squeeze. So the squeeze is getting further and further away. All right? That's just the way it is. And if we're under the VWAP, which is here, once it's there, I'll get rid of my upper target. But for right now, my upper target is really 445. Back to 445. So I would take this, wherever it's at, 25. Yeah, I would just remove that and bring it back to the upper VWAP plot. Right there, right below. 445, right there. That would be if we continue to come back up. But for right now, we're headed down, And if we get below, we're not near the VWAP, so we're still bullish. There's just a lot of manipulation going on. And I'm still hungry, and I haven't been fed. Have not been fed. Meta, your supports come down on Meta to the VWAP. I'm going to put it below the VWAP at 45, 301.45, 301.40. I'm going to make it 301.40. Let's go for 35. Come on. Come on. Boom. 35. I got it. Right below the VWAP. Everything's coming down. Everything. AMD. Boom. Okay. Not too bad. Okay, it's 109. I think it's time to take a little break. I'll leave everything on for you. And I'm just going to turn the volume off and go make myself something to eat, and then I'll come back. All right. Any questions before I take a break? Going once? Going twice? Let's see. One thing I wanted to see before I leave. That'll tell me something. I want to see how much delay we've got today. 15. All right. Let's just see how long it takes my finger to come up. 14. 10. 11. Too much. It's too much, folks. I'm going to have to reboot the system. I'm going to reboot YouTube. I'll be back in 3 minutes. All right? Stop the stream. Stop.